Welcome to The Catalyst, an exciting and insightful podcast produced by Northeast Iowa Community College. I'm your host, Amy Lasik. Together, we'll explore the people, programs, and partnerships that make Northeast Iowa Community College unique. From student success stories to behind-the-scenes info about athletics, innovation, and industry collaboration, each episode dives deeper into your community's college. Get ready for an inside look at the impact of community-driven education at NICC. Hello, and welcome to The Catalyst. Today, we're shining a spotlight on one of the things that makes NICC unique, our centers located throughout our 5,000 square mile district. Communities are such an important part of what we value at NICC, and our NICC centers help us stay connected to all the communities that we serve and provide a close home for students of all ages. So joining me today is Erica Nosbisch, director of our Waukon Center. We're going to talk with Erica about the many ways our centers support local communities, from high schools, students to workforce training, community education, and so much more. So welcome, Erica.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here today.
So Erica, we talk a lot internally about our center director positions and how you all wear so many different hats. Can you give us a brief overview on what it means to be a center director at NICC?
Yes, being a center director is an exciting job. Every day is different. We do wear many hats. Some of those include managing our facilities and making sure our buildings are safe. We supervise staff. We take on leadership positions. Student services on the credit side of the college is a big part of our job. So we do registration and advising, and we're a testing center. We help with student accommodations, all of that fun stuff. We also work really closely with our local high schools and NICC's high school partnerships team. We do career coaching with students. We also do marketing. We have a lot of partnerships throughout the community, and just community engagement is a big piece of that too, with our economic development, our chambers, local government. One thing that I like to share that is kind of funny, that I'm just kind of known as the NICC lady in the community. So, I'll be at the grocery store or at my kids' sporting events, and people come up to me quite often and ask me questions, or, and I love that about living in this community and being with NICC as long as I have. I've been here for almost 12 years. It'll be 12 years in July.
That's great. I love that people call you the NICC lady. Doesn't matter where you are. And I lost track of how many hats you were talking. I was going to try to count, but you do quite a bit, and sounds like no 2 days are the same for you.
That's true. And honestly, that's one of the things I love most about my job is when I walk in, I'm not even sure what the day is going to look like because we get pulled in so many different directions, but it's exciting, and never a boring day around here.
That's great. And so for those who have never been to the Waukon Center, it's a really unique partnership between NICC, the school, and the city. Can you talk a little bit about that partnership and the building itself?
Yeah, so the building was built, it's been open for 18 years now, which is crazy that it's been that long. But the building was built when the new high school was built here in Waukon. So we're right across the street from the high school, and the wellness center is part of our building as well. So the community wanted this building here. They wanted NICC. They wanted the wellness center along with the new high school. It is a unique partnership with the city and the school district. It's nice to have so many people in and out of the building, not just here for NICC, but for other community things as well.
Yeah, I think that partnership is what makes it so successful. And I don't know if I've ever been to the Waukon Center where you're not constantly having people in and out. There's a definite vibrance to the building.
Yeah, there is. And we love that. There's also a senior center here. So, and with our youth classes, there's people of all ages in and out of the building every day.
And I think one of the things that makes it so successful is the proximity to the high school and having that accessible programming for the students. What sort of opportunities and partnerships do you have with the high school?
Yeah, I really see the center as an extension of the school district here in Waukon and obviously throughout the county as well. Um, but yeah, right across the street, the students are back and forth. They take the NICC classes here. They also have the opportunity to come here for PE in the Wellness Center. There's so many opportunities for the students. The biggest one is our concurrent enrollment classes. So that is our NICC classes that high school students take. They get high school credit as well as NICC credit. On top of that, we do, like I mentioned, the student services. We do career coaching and course advising. I meet with tons of high school students to talk about careers and what NICC classes make the most sense for them to take. We also provide driver's education for the school district here. So we're busy with those classes as well.
Yeah, and I know Waukon was just recently given a designation. Do you want to talk about that and
Yeah.
NICC's role in helping support that? Because I know a lot of students through that high school come through NICC.
Yes, so super exciting. Waukon High School and Allamakee Community School District was given an exceptional designation by the Department of Education here in the state of Iowa. They were only one of two who were awarded this designation statewide. So it's pretty incredible to be a small piece of that #1 high school in the state. Post-secondary readiness was one of the indicators that they were graded on for that. And that's something that we work very closely with the school district on, is that post-secondary readiness.
Yeah, it's pretty, I'm putting you on the spot, but it's pretty impressive what percentage of students take NICC classes. Do you happen to know that, Erica?
Yeah, I actually have some stats I wanted to read off. So this is from last year's 2025 graduating class. So they completed 2,219 NICC credits, and that was over 854 different NICC classes. So we had 75 students out of that graduating class take at least one NICC class. So that's 82% of last year's graduating class took at least one NICC class while they were in high school. We had 10 students last year complete their Associate of Arts or their Associate of Science while they're in high school, which is a huge accomplishment. That is 60 college credits while you're in high school. So 10 last year, we have 8 on track to finish this year. And then last year's graduating class, we had 27 students earn a certificate in either welding, CNA, or EMT, which is 29% of the class walked away from high school already earning a certificate that they can go directly out into the workforce or continue on with their education. So yeah, those are really impressive numbers and something that I'm super proud of.
Yeah, and I know, across the country, providing education in rural communities can be a challenge. So having NICC Center right there in Waukon, just those numbers alone speak volumes.
Yeah, so I think that's the main reason why the NICC centers exist, to bring classes and our services and our resources to rural communities. We're a good, 40-minute drive to the Calmer campus. And on the other side of the county, it's about an hour drive to one of our main campuses. So for us to be here and to be a resource for our community, I think is huge. And it's something that I take a lot of pride in.
Yeah, as you should. Those students have something really special going on there in Waukon. Have you seen any students that you've been talking to that as they're working through these career interests and figuring out a pathway, any success stories that you want to share or moments that really kind of stand out for you?
Yeah, so it's hard to narrow it down because I've had so many over the years. But we have so many students that start their classes here in Waukon, and then they end up transferring to either the Calmer or Piasta campus. Typically, we have about 15 to 18% of our graduating class in Waukon that continue on with NICC. And that's on top of all those students who are already completing their AA or AS in high school. We have a lot of students, if they're not completing the whole AA, they're still completing so many credits. So they might have a year done that, they'll start college as a sophomore, and that's just saving them and their families so much money.
Yeah.
And not only that, helping them be more prepared. So when they are at one of our main campuses or they transfer to a university, they're ready to hit the ground running with their program because they're prepared for that. And I just want to mention our welding program. I think it's super unique. So we have a NICC welding program that's held over at the high school. We have awesome equipment there, and Mr. Faring is the teacher for that program. And so they earn a welding certificate and 8.5 college credits. So if they want to continue on to our welding program in Piasta, they already have a good chunk of that program done. And they also run their class like a business. They call it Next Gen Welds. And so the last quarter of the year, they work with businesses on specific projects. So they're getting that real world experience. So I really wanted to highlight that program because I think it's very unique as well.
Yeah, it is very unique. And I had a chance in sitting in on the graduation, informal graduation ceremony, if you want to call it, for the certificates that we awarded to those students. And the teacher talked a little bit about that class and how even has like project managers or group leaders for each of the things. So those students are really learning a lot that they can take on to their next job.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we've talked a lot about the work that you do with high school students, but you do, as you mentioned, with all the hats you wear, you do so much more. I'd like to talk a little bit about some of the other classes and programs that you have on the Waukons in the Waukon Center. So can you talk a little bit about what else is happening?
Yeah, so besides those concurrent enrollment classes that I mentioned, we have a lot of business and community solutions classes. So we offer, I talked about driver's ed, we offer CNA, we offer EMT, CDL. We do a lot of personal enrichment classes for both adults and youth. Our summer camps are super popular. And we also do room rentals for businesses and also for nonprofits in the area.
Yeah, I know last fall I had a chance to take a class out at the Waukon Center and made a cute little pumpkin fall class that I can wreath or something that I can hang on the front of my door. And it was just a lot of fun and really affordable. And so there's all kinds of offerings that you offer throughout the year. And I followed a class with students that were doing an art project, and they were so excited as their parents were coming to pick them up to show them what they were doing. So you do offer a wide range of classes, and the kids love your camps.
They do. They're very popular, and we're gearing up for summer camps right now. This year we're doing a junior business camp where students are going to work together on a lemonade stand business. So they're going to learn all about how to run a lemonade stand. We're going to tour some businesses, and then the last day they're actually going to run one downtown. So that's going to be really fun. New this year, we're doing an art camp. We're doing a STEAM camp. So that's science, technology, engineering, art, and math. And then we also do a junior chef camp that is super popular as well.
Oh,
so
I love it. Yeah, I love it. Fun for the kids, but they're also learning skills that they can take on through their futures as well. That's fantastic. So another part of your role is also being a resource to local business and industry. And you talked a little bit about that, connecting students to local business and industry. Can you talk a little bit more about what your role entails in that area?
Yeah, we love to stay in touch with our local businesses and understand what their needs are and how NICC can support them. We do personalized contract training. So we have a team here at NICC that works specifically in that area. So when we're talking to businesses and they have certain needs, we'll hand them off to that team. We do professional development classes for businesses, and we also like to invite them into our NICC classes as speakers or to help with mock interviews. We just did mock interviews last week for our employability skills class here, so we had several businesses come in and help with that. So throughout the year, we like to keep in close contact with our local businesses.
Great. So if somebody's listening, whether they're from a business or an individual that's like, oh, I want to stay on top of what's happening at the Waukon Center because some of that sounds really fun. What's the best way they can keep in touch and learn what's happening?
Yeah, so we do have our NICC webpage. It's nicc.edu/Waukon. And we have a Waukon Center Facebook page that you can, if you're not already a part of that, you can ask to join that. And we post a lot of information in there as well. Yeah, I think those are the main places. You can just stop in and talk to us. We love to talk to people. You can give us a call. This is a great time to mention my staff here in Waukon. I have 2 administrative assistants that are awesome, Ellen and Julie. They're so helpful. They know so much. So they're a huge resource to the center as well. I would not be able to do what I'm able to do without their support. So call them because they'll be able to help you out.
And so being in Waukon, what's your favorite part of working in the Waukon community?
Yeah, that's such a great question. So I was born and raised in Waukon and I left for 11 years. So I went to college and I worked for 2 Fortune 500 companies, and the opportunity for this job came up for my husband and I to move back to the area. So I'm from Waukon, he's from Cresco, so both from Northeast Iowa. And so I love that first and foremost, that this is my community. And I think it's really special to be in this role. And it's just honestly such a great community. It has so much going for it. The #1 school in the state. I mean, the NICC Center is a huge part of the community. We have so many thriving businesses here. It's just honestly a pleasure to be in this position and be able to work with my community.
Yeah, and if people don't know, I learned this from Erica, some of the best cheese curds
Yeah.
you can find too. Do you want to give a shout out for that?
Yeah. So WW Homestead Dairy is here in Waukon, and they have the best cheese curds around. And we're even close to Wisconsin, so I'll even venture to say that they're better than Wisconsin cheese curds.
So if you haven't been to Waukon, you want to come out and see Eric at the Waukon Center, but you can also pick up some cheese curds on the way out. All kinds of flavors. I stopped in there
Yes.
and it was just amazing.
Yes. What kind did you get?
I think I got some pizza ones, and then they had like a chive cheese
Yeah.
curd too. Yeah, really,
Yeah.
really fun store to look around and see.
Hmm.
Well, Erica, we do a little fact or fiction segment of the show. We'll read off a comment, and then you just let us know whether that is true fact or not quite so true fiction. Are you ready?
All right, I'm ready.
Okay. So you have to travel to Calmer to receive hands-on financial aid or FAFSA assistance if you're in Waukon. Is that fact or fiction?
That is fiction. We can help with the whole process of financial aid, filling out the FAFSA, all of that. We're happy to do that. And we help students, whether they're attending NICC or they're looking to go to another college. Like, we are that person, that place that helps them with their FAFSA. It's such a huge piece, an important piece of going to college. So we're happy to help with that.
Yeah. Any NICC questions, the Waukon staff are so helpful. So definitely stop in there. How about this one? High school students in Waukon can graduate with significant college credits already completed.
Yes, that is fact. And we have so many students who are completing lots of college credits every year.
Yeah, definitely. If you have a student in high school, make sure they're checking to see what those concurrent classes look like. You'll save mom and dad a lot of money out of their
Mhm.
pocket.
Yes.
How about the Waukon Center only offers academic credit courses and no fun or personal enrichment classes?
Well, that is fiction. Yes, we talked about all these fun personal enrichment classes. And if you have an idea of a fun class that you want, give us a call. We want to hear from you and we'll do our best to set it up. We're working on scheduling our fall classes right now, and our youth classes. And like I said, our summer camp. So let me know if you have a certain class you're interested in.
Yeah, and you're always looking for instructors too. So if somebody
We
has
are.
a skill set that's interested in teaching,
Mhm.
give Erica a call.
Yeah, absolutely.
How about you must be a full-time student to take classes at the Waukon Center?
That is fiction. You do not have to be a full-time student. Whether you're in high school or you're an adult student, that is taking classes and you just want to take 1 or 2 at a time, we are super flexible with our students, and we meet them where they're at and help them be successful.
I love that. All right. And so our final one, local businesses can partner with the Waukon Center for specific workforce training needs or room rentals. Is that fact or fiction?
That is fact. Yes, we love the room rentals. We have a few businesses that have come back every year to do room rentals. And then partnering for the workforce training, we can personalize that to whatever type of training that you're needing.
Yeah. So it really sounds like if you're not sure if NICC or the Waukon Center can help you, give you a call, stop by. It sounds like for most things we can help you, or we can at least direct you in the right place. Am I right with that?
Yes, 100%. We get calls like that all the time, and we're always happy to direct people. So yes, give us a call.
That's fantastic. Well, Erica, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing more about your role at the Waukon Center and also all the things that NICC can provide the residents in Waukon. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks, Amy. I appreciate you having me on here.
And thank you to all our Catalyst listeners for tuning in today. Across our 5,000 square mile district, NICC centers help connect communities to education, training, opportunity, and fun. So if you have not stopped by the Waukon Center, I'm sure Erica would love to say hello. Feel free to stop by and check it out. And we will see you next time on The Catalyst. Thanks for joining us on this episode of The Catalyst. If you enjoyed the conversation, make sure to follow or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform so you never miss an episode. Want to learn more about NICC and the many ways we support our students, partners, and community? Visit nicc.edu for more resources and upcoming opportunities. This podcast is produced by Northeast Iowa Community College and hosted by me, Amy Lasik, with executive producer Tessa Hill, producer Travis Hunt, and graphic designer Ashley Conzen.